Kyle, maybe just an assessment of the year overall for you.
Yeah, it was a pretty good year. Happy that I got to play the full season. Happy that I was with this group, and just really thankful for this organization.
In terms of your production, I mean, you finished with the most points in the AHL for a defenseman. You win Defenseman of the Year. What does that mean to you just moving forward?
Yeah, it's a lot of confidence to go forward. Helps with the summer. Keeps me wanting to get better. And I know that hopefully next year I can put a good summer and have a good training camp with whatever team I'm with.
In terms of that, have you given it any thought in terms of your future plans? I know the season just ended less than a week ago.
Yeah. I mean, the season just ended, so a little too early to think about that. But I can't say enough about the Jets and the Moose organization. It's been the best I've seen, and it's just I'm really thankful for the opportunity they gave me.
You talked about the confidence and stuff like that. I mean, what did that mean? We talked about in Texas too, but what did it mean to get that full season of hockey under your belt after, not playing a whole heck of a lot last year? What did that do for you, and what's that going to do for you going forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's given me a lot of stuff to work on in the summer. The hips, the groins, they kind of take a beating over the season. So, no, just working with Doobie, he helped a lot with that confidence and in my game and playing on the PK and now. And so everything's just helped build me as a player.
I'm sure you remember your National League debut. What was it like for you guys to see two happen at the same time with Nikita and Brad earlier or later on this season?
Yeah, they did great. They deserved it. I mean, I'm so happy they got into a game and they didn't miss a beat out there.
What do you think those experiences do for guys, even the entire season overall? What does that do for them going forward into next season? Some of the guys playing first-year pros, what do some of these experiences do to sort of get them prepared for, another year pro and later on in their careers?
For sure. I mean, pro hockey has got a lot of challenges. You're living on your own. You kind of have to grow up with that. And then in the gym, you got to take care of your body. So I think it just gives them a good idea of what they need to do and then hopefully make the jump next year.
One of the most impactful lines for your team was the identity line, which is a term you coined about 2 months ago for VL, Reichel, and Ford. Just how important, were they for your group?
Huge. I mean, they set the pace, they set the tone in practice too. So they were, I can't say enough about them. Maybe I'll just touch on how great of people they were. Reichel, VL, and Ford, they're just awesome people.
In terms of growth, we talked about your growth. What about from some of your fellow defensemen, some of the young Jets prospects that you saw in terms of where they were at the beginning of the year? And obviously some of them, like Ville, had that injury, so he didn't join you guys till January. But in terms of Simon and Tyrell, what kind of growth did you see in their games this year?
Yeah, I mean, Lundy, as the season went on, was making great plays, great reads. He was being assertive. And then Bowsy, he's a big physical guy. But I saw him working on his skills after practice. I mean, he's probably one of the hardest workers on the team. And just being able to make plays and confident plays, I saw that grow throughout the year.
Just bouncing off that as well, Dawson Barteau also said he loved playing with you the entire year, a good chunk of the year. What was that like playing with Dawson? Obviously, he had a lot to do with your production this year too.
Yeah, the feeling's mutual. I love playing with Bartz too, and he was such a good guy. We got to room together, got to know him as a person, and hopefully our paths cross.
I mean, in terms of like when you develop that chemistry with a player like that, and how much easier does it make it for you to have success when you can build that relationship and it's consistent?
For sure, yeah. You can make reads quicker. You're able to just kind of instinctually know where they're going, and then you have that communication on the bench and after practice where you're talking about plays, and then that's how you get better.
In terms of, the year overall for this team, I mean, it was like almost like a tale of two cities in terms of, that 11-game losing streak and then pulling yourself out of it and the entire team. And everybody's talked about how, important that was as a learning experience. I mean, obviously, if you fell short of your goal, it wouldn't be quite as good. But you were able to make the playoffs after losing 11 straight. What do you think that does for you guys as a team collectively, but also as individuals?
Yeah, I mean, individually, we can all be proud of ourselves. I mean, that's facing some tough adversity throughout the season, and to show our character that we're able to dig ourselves out of that hole and then show that we deserve to make the playoffs. And, unfortunate that we lost in the first round, but I thought just as a team how we came back, we can be proud on that.
The chaos of the AHL is that sometimes the schedule is unusual. You have 3 games in 3 days, which you don't see at the NHL level. And then also playing your final 2 regular season games against Texas, having a pause and then starting a play-in series against them. How unusual is that?
Yeah, that's a little weird. Plus, the American League, you always lose your best players to get called up, so that happens. And then throughout the season, it was a bunch of stuff, and I'm just glad that we're able to have a good season and something to be proud of.
In terms of your summer, what does that look like? And you said, obviously you have goals in mind and what you want to work on in terms of training, but what kind of your summer plans?
I got some weddings. I'm kind of at the age where I got a couple buddies that are getting married. I'll spend time in Arizona with my girlfriend and kind of thaw out from the Winnipeg winter. And that's about it. Just kind of relax and see some family.
In terms of that Winnipeg winter, what was it like for you the first time, for the first, the off-season elements of being here in Winnipeg?
Oh, it was great. I mean, this was the first time going to the practice rink, so having to kind of start my car before, that was interesting and things like that. But no, I loved the city of Winnipeg, and it was just a great city to be involved in, and my girlfriend loved it as well.